The world stopped for a moment when Jungkook, BTS's youngest member and global fashion icon, stepped onto the Calvin Klein Fashion Week 2025 stage in New York. It wasn't just a simple appearance, it was a cultural reset. Cameras flashed in a frenzy, social media timelines collapsed under the weight of live updates, and within minutes, Jungkook became the most trending topic worldwide. But what exactly happened that made ARMY and the entire fashion industry hold their breath? Witnesses described the moment as electric. Jungkook didn't just walk the runway, he commanded it. The usually composed front row of fashion editors and A-list celebrities reportedly erupted in applause, an almost unheard-of reaction during such high-profile shows. Industry insiders say that Jungkook's presence may have changed the future of celebrity fashion collaborations forever. The question now lingers: was this merely a brand campaign, or did we just witness the birth of a new era where music and luxury fashion merge seamlessly through one man? The look Jungkook wore was nothing short of groundbreaking. Dressed in a sleek, all-black tailored ensemble that highlighted Calvin Klein's signature minimalism, Jungkook brought a level of sophistication rarely seen at such events. The outfit featured a double-breasted jacket with bold lapels, paired with slim-fit trousers and a subtle leather harness detail, a nod to the rebellious aesthetic that Jungkook has been cultivating over the last year. His hair, slightly tousled yet perfectly controlled, framed his face as he strode down the runway under stark white spotlights. Every detail seemed designed to magnify his duality: elegance with an edge, innocence with authority. Audience reactions painted a clear picture of the moment's gravity. One fashion critic was overheard saying, "Jungkook isn't just a muse, he's the standard now." Another attendee reportedly dropped their phone as the crowd rose for an unscripted standing ovation, something Calvin Klein shows have rarely witnessed. ARMY members lucky enough to be present inside the venue screamed so loudly that event security momentarily paused the show to ensure everything was under control. The energy spilled outside the venue as well. Thousands of fans had gathered near the entrance hours before the event, chanting Jungkook's name and holding banners that turned the streets into a sea of purple and black. When Jungkook's car finally pulled up, the roar of the crowd rivaled the sound of the music inside the show. Eyewitnesses described tears streaming down ARMY's faces as they saw Jungkook step out, wave briefly, and walk with a calm confidence that seemed to silence the entire block. Fashion analysts argue that Jungkook's impact at Calvin Klein Fashion Week 2025 was not simply about clothes, but about a statement of identity and power. For years, Calvin Klein has been synonymous with simplicity, sensuality, and youth rebellion. By choosing Jungkook as its centerpiece, the brand appears to be announcing its intention to conquer not just the fashion industry, but also the hearts of a younger, global demographic that follows BTS with almost religious devotion. This collaboration also raises critical questions about the role of K-pop stars in the international luxury fashion market. Unlike past celebrity endorsements, Jungkook's participation feels less like a campaign and more like a cultural movement. His presence on the runway blurred the lines between fan event and haute couture show, creating a hybrid experience that no traditional celebrity has ever achieved. Social media data suggests that within 30 minutes of Jungkook's appearance, Calvin Klein's online searches spiked by over 300%, and posts related to the event reached more than 200 million impressions worldwide. What made this moment even more intense was Jungkook's demeanor. He was not just a performer on stage, but a living representation of Calvin Klein's 2025 collection. His body language was deliberate, his expression stoic yet magnetic, almost daring the audience to look away, and no one could. Even veteran models who shared the runway with him reportedly felt overshadowed, with one saying, "The runway belonged to Jungkook tonight." The global reaction was immediate and emotional. ARMY accounts across platforms flooded with clips, slowed-down videos of Jungkook's walk, and in-depth analyses of his outfits' symbolic meanings. Fans dissected every accessory, from the rings he wore to the stitching pattern on his jacket, treating the fashion show as if it were a historic moment in BTS's timeline. Meanwhile, fashion commentators are already speculating on the long-term implications. Could this appearance signal that Jungkook is preparing for more solo ventures in the fashion world? Could Calvin Klein's next global campaign be built entirely around him? And perhaps the most provocative question, has Jungkook just set a new standard that will push other brands to seek out K-pop idols not just as endorsers, but as the centerpiece of their global image strategies? Regardless of what comes next, one fact is undeniable. Jungkook's appearance at Calvin Klein Fashion Week 2025 will be remembered as one of the most defining pop culture moments of the year. It was not just a show, it was a declaration. A declaration that Jungkook is no longer just a boy band member, but a global force reshaping the future of music, fashion, and celebrity influence. For ARMY, this was more than an event. It was validation. Validation that their years of supporting Jungkook have elevated him to a position where the world stops and listens when he steps into a room or onto a runway. The tears, the screams, and the overwhelming flood of social media posts are a testament to the fact that moments like these are bigger than fashion. They are cultural phenomena that mark history. As the lights dimmed and the final model walked off stage, one question lingered in the air, almost audible amidst the fading echoes of applause. What will Jungkook do next? If tonight was any indication, the answer will not just break the internet, it will reshape it. One of the most striking elements of the evening was how personal it felt, despite being a high-profile luxury event. ARMY reactions poured in from every corner of the globe, turning social media into a live commentary arena. I have never cried over a fashion show before. One fan posted minutes after Jungkook's walk, her tweet amassing over 200,000 likes within hours. Another wrote, "It felt like he was walking for us." For ARMY, this was our moment. These weren't just casual comments. They reflected a deep emotional investment in seeing Jungkook transition from the world of music stages to the center of the fashion world. Some fans outside the venue were seen sobbing uncontrollably as they watched the live stream projected on their phones. Videos showed entire groups of ARMY sitting on the sidewalk, holding each other, whispering Jungkook's name as if in prayer. The sound of cheers, chanting, and even gasps created an atmosphere that reporters compared to a stadium concert rather than a fashion show. The impact extended far beyond the ARMY community. Fashion journalists, typically reserved in their coverage, posted real-time reactions filled with rare enthusiasm. This is not just a brand partnership. One prominent fashion editor wrote in a review minutes after the show ended. This is the moment when Calvin Klein handed the keys of its future to Jungkook, and he delivered with a presence so commanding it made the rest of the collection feel like supporting characters. The timing of this appearance could not have been more strategic. Fashion Week 2025 has been heavily criticized in recent years for lacking innovation and failing to capture the excitement of a new generation. Jungkook's presence seemed to shatter that narrative instantly. Analysts predict that the media value generated by this single appearance could exceed that of entire brand campaigns run during previous seasons. For Calvin Klein, this is a statement not only of style but of dominance, a declaration that they are ready to lead, not follow, the cultural conversation. Inside sources hinted that this may not be the last time Jungkook takes over a major runway. Whispers among fashion insiders suggest that tonight's appearance